Caregiver-Child Interactions with Narration, Kyrgyz Republic. This video demonstrates responsive care interactions between a caregiver and child in the Kyrgyz Republic. The scenes are narrated, explaining the interaction, how the child is communicating using cues, and the responses of the caregiver. Five-month-old baby adored by dad. This father is playing with his baby, making faces and sounds. Notice how the baby responds by making faces and smiling back, showing he's enjoying the back and forth interaction. Now the baby shows signs of fussiness. Seeing his baby's change of mood, the father wonders if he's uncomfortable and checks whether his diaper needs changing. Dad's play brings back the smiles and laughter. Soon though, the baby shows signs of sleepiness. He puts his hands to his eyes and rubs them, then gets fussy. The father responds by holding the baby and rocking him to sleep. Six-month-old baby plays with mom. This baby follows an object with her eyes, then reaches for it. She grasps it and puts it in her mouth. She squeals with delight at the play with her mother, then babbles as her mother responds back with words. The baby looks out, and the mother follows her gaze. Eventually, the baby gets fussy, snuggles against her mother's chest, and rubs her eyes, showing she is sleepy. Her mother responds by feeding her and patting her to sleep. Ten-month-old baby plays with blocks. The mother shows her baby how to bang blocks together. Notice how the baby imitates her actions, watching her face closely for approval. She shows him again and passes the blocks back. The mother claps to encourage her baby. They mimic each other's play and look into each other's eyes. Now the baby throws the block away, signaling he is done with this game. The mother tries a new game, playing with her lower lip. The baby tries to imitate her action, showing one of the ways a child learns new things. 10-month-old baby plays outside with grandpa. Grandpa holds the baby at eye level, They look into each other's eyes. When the baby notices the chicken, Grandpa responds by turning him to see the chicken better. He plays with the baby, lifting him high as the baby smiles and laughs with delight. Grandpa notices the baby is looking at the flowers and reaches out to try to touch them. He responds to the baby's interest by picking a flower and showing the baby how to smell it. The flower goes back and forth as the baby wiggles and smiles with delight.
İşte anlattı mı ağzına salat? Ana. Yut da koy.
18-month-old child plays a new game. The mother shows her child how to play a new game. She sets the rings beside him, encouraging him to try. First, he doesn't succeed. She puts the rings back for him to try again. With a patient and encouraging voice, the mother supports the child in the play. But notice, she doesn't play the game herself. She's helping her child learn. When the child succeeds in putting the ring onto the stick, his face shows his joy. His mother praises him. She responds each time her child says da or yes, encouraging the child to continue the play. A 23-month-old child blows bubbles with grandma. The child points to the bowl of soapy water. Her grandma responds by putting the end of the bottle into the soapy water and blowing a bubble, as the child watches with interest. Noticing her interest, Grandma gives the child a chance to blow a bubble, encouraging her efforts. She watches the child's expressions and gestures and responds to her in a warm and encouraging way. They are having fun together. She lets her try to blow a bubble and then supports when the child can't quite finish it. She encourages the child with words, smiles, and laughter. Notice how the grandma lets the child lead the play, holding the bowl as the child mashes the bottle into the bubbles. The child starts to play a hand game. Grandma responds, and they play the game. When she returns to playing with the bubbles, the liquid splashes out. Grandma responds with a smile, signaling that the splash is okay. Play is fun, but it can get messy. The child rubs her hands together. Her grandma responds back by rubbing her hands, showing an example of a back and forth interaction. A 24-month-old child learns to stack cups. Grandma shows the child how to stack cups. starting easy with just 3 cups.
안에 문다급들 예미선 오이네 있으냐면 하나 자나크 내가 잡사
She teaches the child with words and gestures, praising her when she puts the cups in the right places.
birden koyuver. Nereye koy? Nereye mundaga koy? Aneke. Mundayla koy. Daga. Hoppa. Yemi. Bisne oynuyoruz ha.
Now, the child does a hand gesture. Grandma responds with the same gesture and they smile at each other. She shows the child how to stack the top cup, then takes it away for the child to try herself. As the child balances the cup on top, Grandma claps and smiles in response. The child smiles and claps, watching her grandma closely for approval. They move on to more cups and a more difficult game. Grandma helps by adjusting a lower cup and then gives a little more help with the top cup. She claps and the child claps back, ending the stacking game.